Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Pokemon Master video, and today we're going to go over some of the Fire-type egg events, Pokemon that are coming out tonight, right? So we're getting a new Fire-type egg event, so keep in mind, keep your, or if you want these, right, just try to keep your inventory a bit, or egg inventory a bit empty, right? So you could get more of these new eggs. So, well, some of them are new, a lot of them are old. So let's go over the new ones. I'm not really going to go over any of the old ones too much, because I mean, we've went over them before, right? Which is the Charmander ones. I think Growlithe, right, was the other one? Something like that, right? But you know my opinions on them. None of them are super great, right? But let's check out the new ones. Hopefully they're good. So starting off, so the two new ones are Magmar, the Magmar eggs, and Vulpix Ninetales eggs, right? And starting off with the Magmar. So let's first look at support. Let's give it the max affinity, and max 5 rarity stats, just so it's easier to compare, right? Is okay HP, I guess. Defenses aren't bad. Speed is not good. Everything else is bad. And as Fire Punch, X Speed All, Let's Brainstorm, and Fire Blast. So buffs your team's speed, buffs your team's special attack and speed, right? So max speed plus 2 special attack, and then Fire Blast. Then you have Wide Awake, First Aid 2, Revenge Boost 2. Obviously, the bulk of this unit is on the X Speed All and Let's Brainstorm, right? Plus 6 speed for your team, and plus 2 special attack. So a lot of times, units like these, I like to compare it to like Roxanne, right? Are you better than Roxanne? And in my opinion, I don't think so. I don't think it's better than Roxanne, right? Because Roxanne gives you plus 4 special attack and plus 4 speed, right? You don't max out the speed, however, you do give plus 2 more special attack, which in most case scenarios is a bit better. There are scenarios where you don't need plus 4 special attack, because there are some units who, I guess Magmar would fit it a bit better, right? Some units that have like X special attack, so they get themselves to plus 4 and just need plus 2 more, and would like the extra bit of speed. You could definitely do that. But for sure, there's much better units that could do that, right? They're definitely much better units, but it's not the worst, I guess. But again, there's just so many better units out there that could do this. And Fire Punch being a 2-gauge move would have been better if it was a 1-gauge spam, right? Which it isn't. Fire Blast is pointless. You don't want to be using that unless you're on a team that you really have the speed to do it, because also it's like 85% accuracy. So if you like miss one, again, you're a support. Although I'm not against supports doing damage, right? Supports throwing in chip damage is always nice, but maybe not Fire Blast, right? The rest of the passives, they're just kind of standard for support Eggmons, right? So yeah, Magmar's not super great. So Tech, I believe Tech is the shiny one, I think, right? Let me double check. Yeah, Tech should be the shiny one. Should be the shiny Magmar. And the Tech Magmar is honestly might be the worst out of them all. All 3 Magmars. I don't know why they made this one shiny. So in terms of stats, right? You got 312 speed, which is nice. Everything else is kind of average. Nothing too bad, nothing too crazy, right? In terms of stats, you just have solid speed. You got Fire Punch, X Speed, Keep It Up, which sharply raises speed. And gradually heals yourself. As you can see, you could give yourself plus 8 speed, although kept at 6. But you get plus 8 speed, which I guess you could use some extra in Villa, but mostly, 2 of these, 1 of these, you should be fine, right? And then you use the second one just for gradual heals when your first gradual heal runs out, I guess. And then Will-O-Wisp. So basically, this Magmar is a burn unit. Has Wide Awake, Troublemaker, Burn Synergy. I don't have to worry about Will-O-Wisp missing, even though it already has like 90% accuracy, which is pretty high. I mean, it's not 100%, but it's 90% is good enough, honestly. But yeah, this thing is just not good at all, right? I really don't see why you would ever run this over Torkoal, which has much easier investment, is a much better tank, or at least physical tank, should be a much better damage dealer, right? Great sync nuker. Like, Torkoal just blows this thing out of the water. I think the only thing this Magmar has over the Torkoal is that it's faster, right? Torkoal 5-star speed 255, and then Magmar is 312. However, Torkoal also has just a 1 gauge spam in comparison to Fire Punch's 2 gauge, and Torkoal also has move gauge refresh on Ember, so right. Yeah, Torkoal's just straight up much better, much better. All the way, even special defensively, right? Torkoal still has like more special defense. 230, yeah. And on top of that, you get +4 defense, right? Again, you don't get speed buffs. You're obviously much slower because Magmar also, you can max out Magmar speed, right? You have gradual heals with Magmar, but Torkoal, you know, solid special attack, I guess, right? With Ember, that is much better than Fire Punch, because on the grid you just have like a bunch of things, right? You have Burn Synergy 5, you got Crit Strike 5, right? On top of that, you have a Sync Nuke where the power increases if the opponent's burn, on top of having Crit Strike 5. Yeah, although, like even though like even Torkoal, right? Like, Torkoal is kind of like out of the league right now. Like, it's not really like, Torkoal's not like super whatever. Torkoal used to be much better, right? Torkoal even now has kind of fallen off a bit, but it's still much better than Magmar. And if Magmar can't even compete with Torkoal, there's what's the point in running the Magmar, right? So unfortunately, Tech Magmar are not very good, right? Even though it's the shiny one. Moving on. That's not Magmar. This is Magmar. Alright, so Striker Magmar. Hold on, it's not 220, no one does that. Alright, so Striker Magmar, 340 on both attacks, 142 on both defenses, 288 on speed, 574 on HP. Oh, do keep in mind this is level 130 stats, by the way. I don't know why they still haven't updated this, but oh well. So you got Fire Punch, Star Hit, Race You. So you max out your crit, +4 speed, and then overheat. And then Crit Strike 1, super duper effective 1, and the Wide Awake. I mean, do I even have to talk about this? Like, why would you ever run this thing over Ho? Unless you just really like Magmar, right? Unless you really like Magmar. Ho just blows this thing out of the water. Like, this is not even close, right? Yeah. There's never any point running Magmar over Ho. Ho is just so good, right? Moving on to Ninetales. Check out the Ninetales. Hopefully these are nice. Ninetales. So it should be similar, right? Striker Ninetales. We got Ember, X special attack, Race You, and Fire Blast. Flame proof, Power Reserves 2, super duper effective 1. Power Reserves 2 is not good. Super duper effective is also not that great, but it's much better than Power Reserve at least. Flameproof, whatever. Fire Blast. Unfortunately, you don't have any accuracy raising trainer moves or whatever, right? Yeah, it's okay. You get like +4 special attack, +2 crit, +4 speed. I mean, it's not terrible. Striker Ninetales is definitely not terrible, but you just won't really run it over Infernape, right? You just won't run it over Infernape. If you really want to use Fire Blast for some reason. Infernape's better Fire Blast user. Ho's a much better, you know, fire type damage dealer in general, right? There's just no point using. I mean, it's fire type egg. We have a lot of really great fire type units in the game. So support Ninetales. Hopefully this could be a bit more interesting because it is support, right? It doesn't have that much competition in terms of fire type units, since no one cares what type your support is, you know, most of the time. Ember, X special attack all. Let's brainstorm, and then flamethrower. This is the opposite of Magby or Magmar, right? Support. This is the opposite of support Magmar. Support Magmar gives you plus, I think, 2 special attack, and then max out your speed. This one gives you plus 2 speed and maxes out your special attack, which is nice, right? So I do think the support Magby is better run with strikers. This one's better run with techs, because usually techs don't really give you a lot of offensive buffs, if any, right? And on the other hand, and techs a lot of times do have speed buffs. On the other hand, strikers generally do have at least 2 or 4, in most cases 4, offensive stat buffs, and, you know, would like some speed. So, and then flamethrower, and then you got first aid 2, revenge boost, flameproof. Yeah, it's just basically Magmar, but you max out special attack and only have plus 2 speed. Moving on to Tech Ninetales, might be maybe the most interesting one out of them all, and it's not even like super interesting because it sets sun, which is, yeah, sunny day. Ember, keep it up, which sharply raises speed and gradual heals. Flamethrower, and then you have stamina reserves, healing sun, and flameproof. It's interesting, right? I mean, you have something that finally sets sun. We've had Eggmons that set Sandstorm, right? Tech Kabutops. Then we got Tech Blasters that sets rain, and then now we have Tech Ninetales that sets sun. However, you could say, not could say, but in most case scenarios, Tech Blastoise is better than Winona. In very niche cases, right, Tech Kabutops could be better than Acerola. However, it's hard to see a scenario where Tech Ninetales is better than Tech, Blade, right? Because here's the thing, what you have over Blade is you have a lot of heals, right? You have gradual heals on top of healing sun, right? So you'll be healing up a decent amount, and you have okay defenses, I guess. It's, again, and then this is at like max affinity, right? Keep in mind. But like your defenses are fine, and then you have heals, which is nice, and you have a 1 gauge spam. However, Blaine has one thing that is often overlooked, right? A lot of people sometimes forget this, but Blaine has insane speed. Like, Jesus Christ, look at the 510 speed. 510 speed. Like, if you're looking at nice, 312 speed. Oh, that's pretty good. 312 speed, not bad, right? True. 312, not bad at all at level 130. But Blaine has 510 speed. 510 speed. And you also have, outside of that, you have Fire Spin that could trap the opponent, right? And you could still burn a Flame Wheel on top of hostile environment. So it's like, yeah, Ninetales is okay, but like, Blaine is just so much better in almost every aspect, except for, like, even like defensively, Blaine has so much HP, right? And the defenses aren't that much off, right? And on top of that, you have a chance to, you know, sharply raise your defense when you use your train move. Although you'd much prefer if you get speed instead. But like, yeah, Blaine just outclasses Ninetales in almost every single scenario, right? Again, when you look at like something like a Tech Blastoise, yeah, Tech Blastoise, most of the cases is better than Winona because it's water type. You could activate water type skills, right? Which Winona can't. And then Tech Kabutops, okay, maybe if you're trying to run it with Kukui, you want to get all the multipliers, you could maybe run that, right? But with Ninetales, like, Blaine just utterly destroys Ninetales. There really isn't no point running Ninetales. So anyways, that's what we do with this one, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like, enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel for some more content. I didn't get, last time when this came around, I couldn't get Shiny Charmer, and I really want Shiny Charmer because Shiny Charizard is very, very cool. So hopefully I could get it this time. And good luck to you guys trying to hatch, you know, if it's shinies or whatever. Because let's be real, most of these not very great, right? Most of them for cosmetic purposes. The shiny ones look cool, right? I mean, yeah, Charmander just looks cool, right? Or Charizard. Charmander not so much. But yeah, good luck. Have fun. I'll see you guys in the next one.